What's up guys, how the heck you doing? Welcome to today's video. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. This is vlog number 11. So we are a 10th of the way through. We are in double digits and that is extremely rad. And I appreciate everybody that is tuning in and day out to check out these videos and see what is going on in my life. So again, these videos, all my videos, but these vlogs especially, I want you to be able to turn them on when you're having whatever sort of day you're having. I want them to feel like you're just checking in and chatting with a friend. So that's how today's video is going to be. It's just a hangout session with me. Nothing too crazy happening, but we're going to be talking about some interesting things, or they could be interesting to you. It just depends on if you're trying to get to know me or not. So just imagine we're kicked back at a, either you're in my studio or we're at a cafe, coffee house, or the Sizzler Steakhouse, wherever it is you want to be, and we're just hanging out, we're chilling, and we're going to be talking about a few things. So this is a video that I should have made probably in my first couple of vlogs in this series, or a video I should have made on this channel a long time ago, but we're making it now, so here we are. So this is sort of just a get to know you video with me to answer a couple questions that you may or may not have relating to me. And since I don't get any Q&As in my comment section yet, I asked ChatGPT some questions I should ask about myself. And ChatGPT does what it's told and it delivered. So it said, give me a list of 10 questions, and then I said, ChatGPT, I don't really like those. Give me 10 more. And then I said, ChatGPT, I need some fun questions as well. So we're going to just answer some of ChatGPT's questions as well as give you guys some extra info about me. So let's start it out with, let's talk about the name of the channel and the alias that I go by, the nickname I go by, and that is Drewxcifer.
What the hell is even that?
So, if you don't know how to say it, because you're a new viewer, it is Drewxcifer. And what does that mean? So Drewxcifer essentially is just a nickname that my wife gave me. Rhymes with Lucifer, just a funny, silly little pet name that she gave me a long time ago. We all have nicknames for each other in my household, or multiple nicknames, as well as for all of our pets, and I'm sure you guys do as well with your family and your significant others. So that's one that she gave me, so it is essentially a nickname that I'm sort of running with. Now, if you're an OG subscriber of the channel, then you may remember when the channel was just my actual name. My name is actually Andrew Henderson, and that was the name of my channel for the longest time, just my name. So thanks Mom and Dad for giving me a very bland name. And they didn't even turn past the first page of the baby book to get out of the A's to try to look for something cool. They're just like, right there, Andrew. We don't care if he struggles through life with just a bland, whack-ass name. So my name is Andrew. You could call me Drewxcifer if you saw me in public. It doesn't really bother me either way. I don't care. So like I said, this channel used to be called Andrew Henderson until, to my dismay, I realized that there is a famous freestyle football player named Andrew Henderson. And anytime I would Google my name or YouTube my name, this guy would come up. He has like 10x more followers than I. He has like... I don't know, he's widely recognized around the world, so it would be like if my name was Michael Jackson, or Michael Jordan, or LeBron James, or whoever, Tom Cruise, and then, you were trying to find me, it would be very hard. So, change the channel name, Andrew Henderson, to, you guys may remember this one, if you're not so much of an OG, but you've been subscribed for a long time, to the Andrew Henderson, because I try to pull a slick one on the football guy and be like, I'm the Andrew Henderson, you're a fraud, you're a fake, you're the alternative. I am the authentic Andrew Henderson. And I ran with that for a little while till I realized that sounded really, really stupid. And I needed to come up with something else if I was ever going to build a personal brand or, make a name for myself. through my personal brand and not my businesses. And that's when I was spinning my wheels thinking what's going to stand out. And then my wife hit me with the Drewxcifer one day, and I was like, that's it. That's what we're going to go by. So out there in social media world, it is hard to ever get something original. There are other Drewxcifers out there. Mine is spelled a little different with a big fat X in the middle between Drew and Cipher. And let's talk about that, because with the X in there, if you didn't know how to say it, it might make it hard to pronounce, or you might be confused about what it actually says. So the X in there, all that means is that I am straight edge. What does straight edge mean? It means that it is a subculture of people, counterculture of people that does not drink, does not smoke, and does not use any recreational drugs. Now, why do you need to have that in there? You don't. It spans from being an adolescent, because way back in the days, if you don't know what straight edge is, way back in the days of early 1980s, a lot of the hardcore and punk music scene was rife with drinking and with drug use and all of that sort of thing, and violence. And then a little band came along called Minor Threat, and they didn't want to identify with those negative behaviors, so they wrote a song called Straight Edge, and it was their way of rebelling against that part of the scene that was into, alcoholism, drug use, and tobacco use. And it was just their way of saying, hey, this is what we do, and we refrain from that type of lifestyle. And over the years, that sort of snowballed into a big counterculture movement within the music industry and just lifestyle in general. So when I was young, about 18 years old, 19 years old, when I was 21, I claimed straight edge, and I stopped drinking and stuff when I was like 19. Claimed straight edge, and I've been straight edge ever since. That means I don't touch alcohol at all. Never mess with recreational drugs anyways, but I don't mess with those at all, and I don't use any tobacco products. And that's essentially what it means, and it's just sort of something that is started in the music scene and is more prevalent in the music scene, especially in punk and hardcore music. I grew up playing in a lot of bands, so that was really my whole thing before I found photography and filmmaking was being in bands, punk and hardcore bands. Had a lot of fun, played a lot of shows, met a lot of people, and it was a good time. So, I don't do any of that stuff, so that's what the X means, and the X is there because among straight edge people, there's a way to denote whether, you're an edge person or not, and that is with X's and other symbols and stuff, but generally X's, right? You could see a triple X, you can see an X in between your name or an X on either side of your name, and more often than not, that person is probably straight edge, and it was just a way of identifying each other online or identifying each other in public. Saying, hey, there's somebody with a common interest of mine. I know that if I'm around them, I don't have to be high or drunk to have a good time. So simple as that. That's what that means. I will put a documentary down in the comments below or in the description below that you guys can check it out if you want to learn more about it. It is extremely interesting. And there was also, I think, like a TLC or an A&E documentary that came out years and years ago that's chock full of misinformation, so don't watch that one. It's trash. But through and through, it's a positive thing. Granted, if you party and you drink and you do drugs and all that, good for you. I am in no position to judge anybody. It's just a lifestyle choice I have chose for myself. It is sort of like being vegetarian or vegan. It is just like something extra I've added to my life, or maybe things I've taken out of my life that I don't want to do. And that stems from childhood. It stems from having alcoholism as a part of my family as a kid, and it really tearing up my family, seeing family members lost to drug use over the years and just getting eaten up with drugs. It's just not a lifestyle that I want for my family or for myself or around my family. But you do you, if that's what you like to do. I'm not here to judge, not here to tell you what to do. just telling you about myself. So that's where the X comes from. And yeah, let's move on to a better subject. So I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm currently in North Carolina, and I live in the western part of the state. I've lived here ever since I met my wife, and she got pregnant in 2010. Again, I'm married. I've been married for 12 years. We've been together for 14, and I have a almost 13-year-old son, and I have 3 cats and 1 dog. 4 cats and 1 dog. Simon, you guys know Simon, Norman, Squeak, Fish, and Lucy. Those are the pets. And yeah, not originally from North Carolina. I'm from the northern part of Texas, and I've lived all over the southern U.S. Of the United States growing up. And yeah, that's basically it. That's my backstory. There's more in there that we can talk about later on, and that will come up in later vlogs. But let's get into ChatGPT's stupid generic questions. That way you guys can get a little bit of a better taste of my personality, of who I am, etc., etc. So if you haven't noticed already, I talk about a little bit in one of the videos. I am a very monotone individual. Doesn't mean I'm not stoked as hell on things. It doesn't mean I'm not excited. Doesn't mean I'm not sad. Doesn't mean I'm not angry. I'm just monotone. Can't control it. Can't do anything about it. It pisses me off a lot of times. And I have a very dry and sarcastic sense of humor. So if you like that type of sense of humor, sense of humor like The Office and stuff like that, I'm your guy. All right, so here we go. Let's see, ChatGPT, don't fail me now. What's a skill you possess that not many people know about? So if you've watched the channel for a long time, one of the skills I possess is tattooing. So when I was 18 years old, I did a tattoo apprenticeship. I tattooed in my early 20s, and I was really, really hardcore into tattooing until I found music, and then I was really hardcore into music, and then I found photography and filmmaking, and then I've been stuck on that ever since, and I feel like that is my path. Now, I do tattoo a little here and there. I don't do it professionally. Every once in a while I will tattoo my wife, I'll tattoo myself, but that's about the extent of it. I was teaching her how to tattoo last summer. And I do have fun with it. Will I do it again professionally one day? Maybe. But like I said, it was something I really enjoyed, and I really, really enjoyed being in tattoo shops for a big portion of my life. So that's a skill that I possess that I don't talk a whole lot about. How do you define success in your personal and professional life? So success in my personal life comes down to one thing, and that is happiness. Am I happy? Is my family happy? If we're happy, things are successful. It took me a long time to realize that success is not measured in dollars. It's not measured in the amount of money you have in your bank account or the material things that you have. It is just measured in your happiness. I spent too much of my life chasing money, and now I'm really chasing happiness. And professional life, how do I measure success? Am I achieving my goals? Am I progressing? So not just with filmmaking and photography, but with anything I do, right? I have to have a goal, or I feel like I'm stagnant. And if I'm not achieving those goals, or at least making progress towards those goals, then I don't see any measurable success there. So I'm always trying to set goals, whether they're way up in the clouds or whether they're realistic. I always have something, and I'm always working towards it. So that's how I measure that. Let me see. Describe a childhood memory that still brings a smile to your face. Okay, so one that I always think about, and one that might seem a little demented, is I have an older sister and a younger sister and a younger brother, but me and my older sister, we spent a lot of time fighting as kids. And we got along well, but we were very, very competitive. Competitive as hell. And there's a memory, lots of memories like this, but this memory here specifically is hilarious to me. So me and my sister, we were riding bikes and we were racing to our driveway at our house, right? And we're just pedaling like hell going down the road, right? And the first one to pull into the driveway was going to be the winner. And my sister, you know, I was in the lead, so she was going to do anything she could to win. So she cuts across the front yard, which would have made her get to the driveway quicker. And as she's doing it, she turns around and she looks at me and she says, "Hey, you can't take shortcuts. Shortcuts are for cheaters." And when she was looking back at me screaming this, as she's cheating, taking a shortcut, bam, she runs into my mom's Volkswagen Beetle in the driveway and gets all wrapped up in the bumper, like hanging from it. And if you remember those Volkswagen Beetles, they had a bumper that sort of like hung off of the back of the car and you could kind of like sit on them. So I thought that was hilarious because as she was telling me not to cheat, as she was cheating, karma bit her in the ass immediately. And did she get hurt? Yeah. Was it funny? Oh, it was freaking hilarious. And she would probably laugh, you know, to this day about it, about that memory. She didn't get, you know, severely injured, but enough to make her be overly dramatic and act like she was dying. And, you know, even though I technically came in second place because she cheated, I feel like I actually won because I'm not the one that ran into a parked car. So that's always an interesting and fun childhood memory. I have so many of those, but that one I like because, you know, it's a good lesson to be learned that shortcuts are not worth it because you might run into a Volkswagen Beetle. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and how would you use it? If I could have any superpower, it would be to be able to be invisible. And that, I think, would just come in handy just endlessly, right? Like, you don't want to be around people because you're introverted like myself. Invisibility Cloak. You want to go in somewhere with, I don't know, with an outfit on that you just woke up in your pajamas. Invisible, right? You want to hear somebody saying something bad about you. Invisibility. You want to use your powers for evil and rob a bank. Invisibility. Like, there is no end to what you could do with having an invisibility cloak. I mean, you saw Harry Potter. If you were to write a book, what genre would it be and what would the title be? So I've actually thought about this. If I was to write books, I would probably start out writing children's horror novels because I think there is no funner time to get into horror than when you're an adolescent and you're just discovering it because that's when it's A, the scariest, and B, the most fascinating. So like Goosebump books as a kid or like scary stories to tell in the dark and just little weird stories like that. I would really like to write an illustrated children's book of horror, and the title would probably be like I've had this idea in my head for a while. There's a title that I like that I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. It's called Eigengrau, and Eigengrau, I think I'm pronouncing that right, is the color that you see when you close your eyes. So it's like that black gray color that you see when you close your eyes, and I just always thought that that was a weird, kind of creepy title. Maybe I'll shoot a horror film one day called that. Don't steal it. That's my freaking idea. What's your favorite guilty pleasure when it comes to entertainment? So, when it comes to entertainment, my favorite guilty pleasure is watching bad reality TV shows with my wife. We used to love watching HGTV and like home renovation shows. So whether it was stuff like Love It or Listed or Property Brothers or like Instant Hotel and stuff like that, or Dream Home shows, like we love that stupid stuff. We also used to watch like bad MTV reality TV shows like 16 and Pregnant and oh man, what was that one that came on? As a kid, I loved Real World. What was that other one? It was Room Raiders. Room Raiders and Bad Girls Club. So yeah, so we watch some just crap TV, and sometimes it's just so entertaining because it's mindless. And reality TV is just terrible. Like I've been on reality TV sets and working on them, and it is not reality. It is crazy how much cutting They have a director on set, and he'll be like, hey, we're going to cut. I need you to come over to this side of the set, and I need you to actually say this, this, and this. And while you're doing that, I'm going to have this person walk in, and I need you to look at them. It is directed almost like a narrative film. So anybody that thinks reality TV is reality, it is absolutely the opposite. There's just normally not a script. They have the things they're going to shoot on the day, but they set up a whole lot of things. A lot of it is just fake as hell. So just so you know, don't ever believe that reality TV show is real, because it is not. Last question here. How do you stay motivated and maintain your productivity? So this is actually a good one. So I've talked about this a little bit, but staying motivated just comes from creating work. And what that means is when I don't upload, let's talk about YouTube, when I don't upload or do anything creative for a while, it seems like it gets harder and harder to just start. And sometimes turning the lights on and turning the camera on just seems like such a freaking chore, because talking to a camera like it's a person can be really hard. Moving your studio about and setting up all the lights and stuff can be really hard, or just a chore if you have other things that you're prioritizing, or having to move other things around to move your lights around. But as you just continue to upload, especially daily, like right now, it's getting easier and easier, because the motivation is not only coming from seeing you guys tune in every day, but it's seeing that body of work grow and grow and grow. And I can look back now and look, and it's, hey, I have 11 uploads in 11 days. Like, that is a documentary of my life, you know, for 11 days straight. And that is super gnarly. And just seeing whatever it is you're creating just sort of have that snowball effect, and just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you have that to look back on. It's very motivating. And productivity, how do I maintain it, is it's really just coming down to routines. I would love to say that I'm great with time management. I'm not. It's a skill that I'm always evolving, and I'm always constant developing, but it's getting better. It's getting better because it has to with these daily vlogs, because I have to upload every single day to get this project done, because I'm so hell-bent on doing it that I can't miss an upload. So I have to drive routine right now. So in turn, my time management's getting a little bit better. So that's how I'm maintaining the productivity, and I'm just making this, or whatever I'm doing, like I said in 2 videos ago, the one about overcoming the obstacles that are preventing you from acting on your ideas, is if you have something that you love, or something that you really, really want to do that you can't stop thinking about, you're going to find time for it. So that productivity will come. You just have to carve out time to do it. Like right now, it's 9:10 in the morning, shooting this video. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to edit it, I'm going to get it out by 3 today, etc., etc. So I already have my day planned, and this evening I'm shooting another video, because we're coming up on my 3-day work week, and you guys know how little time I have over the course of those days. So this is a double video day, or maybe a triple video day. I have to shoot a couple today and edit them. So yeah, so that's basically it, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of info about me, answer some questions. If you have any questions for me, drop them down in the comments. If you don't want somebody to see them, my Twitter handle is down there. You could try to DM me there. I'll try to check it. Send me a message on there, and I'll come back and I'll answer it if it's something that you really want to know. And beyond that, you guys are awesome. You're super rad, and I really appreciate all the new subscribers, everybody tuning in and day out. It really is motivating me to keep this thing going and not miss an upload. Feel free to engage down in the comment section. That's all I'm missing on this channel is, you know, I know a couple of you guys, and talk to you, a couple of you guys like constantly, but I would like to get to know more of you. and let me know about where you're from or where you currently live, and let me know what your guilty pleasure is of entertainment, because like I said, my YouTube channel it will never be and has never meant to be one-sided. This is a relationship building thing. I want to know my audience as well as I want you guys to know me. So tell me about yourself. Let's talk in the comments. This is not just the Drewxcifer show. This is our community, and let's discuss things. But beyond that, guys, stoked for 11 uploads, and we're going to hit 12 and 13 and 14 and all the way to 100 hard and heavy. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to be relentless, and there's no stopping us. I think we're going to be undefeated in our 100 series video project. So I'm just rambling now, so let's end it here. So as always, guys, stay rad. Thanks for watching. Just go shoot, and I will see you tomorrow. Whew. This is a comfy chair. This is a comfy chair.